Hey YouTube, I don't know how long this video is going to take, but we're going to be changing out tires on Karen's bike. It shouldn't take too long. She has quick releases, so there isn't really any tools involved in this. I'm just hanging this on the rack just so that I don't have to, well, I guess there might be some tools involved. I need something to let the air out of the tire. And then I'll have to turn the air compressor on, so we'll have that noise later. And we're changing these because Karen has problems on the trail with the soft gravel. She feels like she's gonna fall over. Well, these are some tight tires. So I had to go out and dig up some tire levers because typically I don't have to use them on the electrics, but this bike is definitely going to be a different story. So let me turn you a little closer to me. So these are slime tire levers, and they will lock onto the spokes if you need them to, but I had a slime repair kit for some reason. I don't even remember buying it, but it's old. So you just basically need them to get started. It should pop right off there. Need the inner tube. So we'll pull that out. These tires are still plenty good. I'm going to keep them for my bike if I get to the point that I need some. My bike has around 1,000 miles on it, and the tires still haven't too much wear. So the tires that we're using are made by American Classic, and they're foldables. This is a wire bead over here, non-foldable, and so I do not know how tight these are going to fit, but I imagine they're going to be tighter than the other ones. So clip off this zip tie, unwind the tire. Oh, might need to be up a little bit. Unwind the tire. Yeah, see, they're a little more fiddly to deal with until you get them all opened up. So we're going to check direction of travel, see if it has a direction arrow on it. One thing to note is do not touch your brake levers if you're running hydraulic brakes. For the simple reason is it will adjust your caliper in, and then you'll have problems getting your tire back on. These are 700 by 50C rolling direction. Yep, just what I thought. So like this. We're going to put this on first, and then we're going to put the inner tube in. Now wire beads are like I said, a little easier to handle. Maybe I'll just put it into it now. Maybe that'll help. Nope, that ain't gonna help. See, they're kind of these are armored tires. I don't know what they use, but I told Karen to get armored tires, so she's the one that chose these. So make sure you're paying attention to which way the tire is going on, because otherwise you're going to end up have to do it again. And I'm going to tell you, typically these folding tires fit much tighter than what the the wire beaded tires will fit. So there's the first stage. And now at this point you want to check to make sure you're going the right direction. We still are, so we'll find the inner tube hole, put that back in. And so far I gotta say, other than they're a pain in the butt to get unfolded and to stay unfolded, they look like they may fit. I don't know if I'm going to need the levers or not, just to get them off. And now, as part of it is you got to hold where you started, or you're going to end up with chasing this around the bead of the tire. And I think I'm going to need tire levers. We're going to get this away from the I did that on purpose to get it away from the valve stem. So another thing is you can run much less tire pressure. Sorry, I got to go turn the noise maker on. enough. So now we're going to go around and check and make sure the inner tube isn't pinched on the rim. And so we're just looking to see that we don't have the inner tube pinched anywhere, and that the tire seat is right. So it looks like we're good. If it ain't, you're gonna hear a loud explosion. And it wouldn't be the first time. You'd be walking around with your not being able to hear fur. We're only going to run about 30 pounds of pressure in here. For those who are wondering, and part of the reason we changed tires is they don't actually look much wider, but they are. They're at least ½ inch wider. We changed tires because Karen, get back over this way. Karen wanted less pressure in her tire, and the other tires were 60 to 80 pounds, and you can't really safely run that low pressure in those tires. You'll end up with a pinch flat because their sidewalls aren't designed to run that low. These are 50 pounds max. So I got that a little too tight. Now, for those of you who are wondering why we didn't go with wider, because Trek says that's the widest they want you to run on this bike is 20 by 50, and I think the problem, 700 by 50. See, I think the problem is in the back tire, because the front tire we still have plenty of room. But these have more knobs on them. They should grip the gravel better. Less pressure. We're only going to run 30 psi in them. I don't believe they have a low limit on them like the other one did. She could have got them in a gum tire sidewall, but I told her to get them in black since the other ones were black. So that is the front tire. I was just making sure that our the disc brake is centered in the forks. So let's go ahead and grab a rag, and you'll see why here in a second why I'm going to grab a rag to pull the back tire off. First of all, we're going to shift down into ninth gear. Okay. We're going to loosen up our lever, which is, for some reason, I've never noticed this, is facing the wrong direction. Grab her derailleur and grab the chain off of it. That's all there is to it. Pulling this off. Now, her back wheel is really dirty, so I'm going to wipe it off first. Get some of the gunk off of it. Now, this same rule, don't be squeezing the levers while you got the wheel off. You end up with too tight of a gap to get your disc back in. Wipe that off. Now you could pull this plastic disc off on this back wheel if you wanted to. You have to remove the cassette to get it off. Unless you just break it, then you could just break it off. But some people call it the stupid. I don't remember exactly what I seen it called. But what it is to keep your derailleur from going into your spokes if it gets out of adjustment somehow. And it's probably, for the most part, a wise thing for the average person to leave on there, especially somebody that doesn't work on their own bikes. These are also a little taller, I noticed, quite a bit taller than the other ones are. If you let all the air out of the inner tube, it's going to be much easier to deal with getting the tire off. Compared to the front tire, hers is showing quite a bit of wear, but I just wanted to show you how to use the levers on the other one. So now the other tire, and we know we don't need the levers, which isn't typical for a folding tire, believe me. They usually are tight. Okay. You probably need to be down a little bit more. There we go again. So we've been camping a little bit when we can find some place to go. 4th of July weekend, we probably could have found a couple days here and there, but sorry, I just don't want to be out right now. So this tire's direction of travel is the same as the other one. So some tires, you'll find they'll tell you the direction of travel is different if it's mounted front or back, but in this case they're both, it doesn't have a difference. Made in Taiwan. I'm just double checking that it doesn't say rear mounting direction. Nope, roll direction. So I'll put this one in. It's good. Now, if my air compressor didn't leak, it probably wouldn't come on again, because these don't take much. Well, I gotta turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. These do not take much air to fill them. So we're gonna get it started around here. And like I said, you basically got to hold one side and just work the other side on. Now, pull out this valve stem a little bit. Put maybe 7-8 pounds of air in it. Don't put much more in there. Otherwise, it'll be real hard to check the, make sure your inner tube and tire is seated. Same drill, go around, make sure you don't see no inner tube, that the tire is seated right. And you can adjust it on the bead now, but if you get too much pressure in it, you're not going to be able to adjust it. Okay. Now we need to put our 30 pounds in there. Here's my outclap. And if you find that your bead is not straight, then you can take the air pressure back out and put it back on. So, let's grab a rag. Put it back on the right way would help. And you always want to be in your highest gear when you're doing this. Otherwise, you're going to have to fight the chain when you put it back on. Trying to keep from getting greasy hands, but I don't think I want to be successful. And it looks like it's on there straight, so there we go. Put her back in. I'm going to perfect gear for her to take off on. And that is how you change tires on a Trek Verve Plus e-bike. It is straight to the point, not hard to do. I should grab a tire off my other bike or compare them, but I can tell you looking that they're quite a bit bigger. And I believe they'll do Karen justice when she's out riding her bike. So I'm going to do a mirror recommendation while we're here. I'm not going to put it on a bike right now because she has one. But this is the mirror cycle. Hang on a minute. Just unplugged it. We don't need it anymore today. I need to put some air in the trailer tires, but not right now. This is the mirror cycle. As you can see, mirror. This is not sponsored. You can buy these at your Trek dealer or on Amazon. They're about 15 bucks. What makes this mirror a little different for me than the other ones is, one, it's a pretty large, easy to adjust. I'm going to show you mounted on the bike. This is for Karen's electric. We're going to put it, and they typically don't break. They usually just swing out of the way when you tip the bike over. Whereas the ones that she had on her electric, she fell over when we were up in Tacoma Falls State Park, and it snapped the mirror right off. I mean, lickety split. So keep that in mind if you have a bar end mirror, that you may break it off fairly easily. But these are $14.95, somewhere in there. Requires you assemble them, but they mount fairly easily and they stay put. And you can fold them out of the way fairly quickly if you're putting the bike in the trailer, or you can move it like that. Well, you probably can't see. So let me get you up here where you can see the mirror while we're here. So it folds in, and if you have a crash, it's going to fold in. It's fairly robust. It's not going to break easily. So you have adjustments here, and then you have your swing adjustment. Like I said, this is the mirror that I recommend. It's a nice mirror, good quality glass mirror, and it's easy to adjust when you're on the road without have to worry about what you're doing. So I haven't done a lot of videos lately because my knees have been bothering me. Let me slide you down here. Got some spider webs on it. My knees have been bothering me quite a bit because I just did something, moved wrong and hit the side of the bed and twisted my ankle and stuff like that. But I have my tires for my electric. Let me grab them. I didn't show them to you guys, but I wanted to show you a comparison. So this is what came on the electric. It's wore out. This is about 800 miles, 900 miles. And we're replacing it with this CST BFT. And I guess if you don't know what BFT stands for, it's big effing tire. Can't cuss on YouTube. 30 psi. And if you notice, is there a difference here? Let's take a look down there. What do you think? Which tire's taller? Which tire's wider? Maybe not. Maybe they're the same wider, but this CST tire is definitely shorter. The sidewall difference is quite a bit of difference, so I'm not sure our speedometer will be set up right for this tire. Yes, it will make a difference. So this is garbage. I just haven't thrown it in the garbage. And yeah, I mean, this is about half the weight, a quarter of the weight of that tire. So there is a big difference there. We'll see how longevity. That's also a 20 psi tire. That's what Karen has on her bike right now, and this is a 30 psi tire. So this will take more tire, and the sidewalls seem to be holding up are stiffer too. So, but them are $50 for a set from Electric. You're not going to find a cheaper, better tire anywhere out there. So if you've been on the fence about replacing the tires, this one's going to be a little shorter, but it's lighter, and it may. I literally, what is this? Weigh, 3 pounds maybe with a missing rubber. Yeah, there's a big difference. Yeah, quite a bit of difference there. So, Karen's, we've been really kind of under the weather lately. We don't think it's COVID. We think it's just allergies, because neither one of us have a cough, a fever, or anything. It's all just been not feeling good. But so I'm gonna call it a video. If you guys have any questions about the tires or how to put them on, or any questions about why I chose these tires, put them in the comments. I'll answer them. Have a great day. Get out there and ride your bike.